everybody. Welcome back to RV Barndominium. This is Cindy Lynn here. Your hostess with the mostest.
And Tony.
So all right, guys. So as you seen in our last video, if you were watching, we did have our final inspection, which was kind of bittersweet because we passed, but we didn't pass. Right?
Passed, but you're not done.
In other words, have you ever flunked, but you were still allowed to pass, sort of? Right?
Yeah, it's like you passed high school with a C, but you still got a C.
Right, you still passed. So what happened was we did have several items that were fixable items. They had to be fixed technically before you can get your, what is it called? Your
occupancy.
Your occupancy. Yeah, you have to pass your occupancy inspection. But he told us we could go ahead and start moving our stuff in, so we were really ecstatic about that. So a few of the holdups, just to backtrack a little bit and to mention those before we could officially move in. So we had 0 appliances.
Yeah.
And you do have to have a cooktop surface. A microwave doesn't count because we did have a temporary microwave in here. So you have to have a cooktop surface before you can move in. Mm-hmm. We had some sealant that needed to be put around the HVAC system.
Oh, punch list items?
Yeah, there was 5 of them.
Yeah, where the HVAC went through the roof out in the garage, it just needed to be sealed off so it didn't have a gaping hole. Yeah. So it had to be snug on it. So, yeah, that was just a piece of trim I made. And
then we had the one socket in our island that we had to add.
Yeah, I had a socket on one side of the island, but not on the other side of the island. I just didn't put one on the other side because I didn't want it to be seen over on the aisleway. I mean, and I put one over here. It's absolutely fine. It doesn't. Matter of fact, we use it a lot, so I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, and then the 2 other quick things, I think we mentioned this in the last video, so we'll just touch them real quick, was the labeling of your...
It's an electrical form that's on the inside of your panel that states the efficiencies of your windows, the efficiency of your air conditioning units and things like that. I forgot what it's called, so ICII code or something.
Right, so we had to fill that out per code, and then the step off of our stairs was... too big, so we had to get a rug, that raised it up a little bit, which is fine. We had one there, but it was too thin, so we went on and got that. While we were in the process of still living on our RV and trying to get those 5 items resolved so we could get our occupancy, literally they give you a piece of paper saying you passed. So we were waiting on that, and we went ahead and moved some of our stuff in. We mainly started with our clothes because a lot of our clothes were just hanging out in the garage.
Yeah, they were out in the garage.
Yeah, we started with that. Yeah. And then we actually had to hire movers. So you can see in the video, our bedroom furniture is big.
Too heavy.
And it has marble top.
It has marble.
So it's extremely heavy.
Yeah, on the tops of it. So mainly it was 2 dressers that were just astronomically heavy.
Yes.
And nobody seemed to... want to help.
Well, you were going upstairs too.
Yes, you have
That's
to
the problem.
Around a small opening over by the one. You spin around, you turn a corner, and you go up the steps. Plus, it's marble. Plus, they're big. And basically we're just like, how much is it going to cost to hire professionals who do this for a living, who know how to handle a load like that and, manhandle things. And then they're used to doing that. And it turned out to be like nothing.
Yeah, it was like $100.
$100.
Plus a tip, yeah.
I was
we couldn't believe it.
Get out of here.
They moved our whole bedroom furniture and mattress set upstairs. They didn't put anything together. As far as the mattress goes, you did that, right? The frame of the bed.
I screwed it together, but they threw the mattress on it as soon as I got it put together. Yeah.
Yeah, and they helped. They put the drawers, some of the drawers back in the dressers. And what about the mirror? Who did that?
They held it while I screwed it in.
Yeah. Okay, so they did help with that. So there was 2 guys, as you can see in the video, and we got a deal out of that because they did move some heavy pieces up those stairs. And I don't think we could have done it. I probably would have ended up going to the chiropractor and spending about $500 or physical therapy if I would have had to carry some of that stuff upstairs. So it was money well spent.
They were sweating. That was for sure.
Oh, right.
They broke a sweat.
Yeah, they were grunting and red-faced.
The main dresser was very large, and it's very heavy with that top.
Yeah. One of the other issues we had was we did have a water leak. We have water coming from behind the cabinet, trying to figure out what's going on with that. Oh, there's the puddle it left. It's following the lines here and then puddling up. And then over there is another big puddle. So that's the excitement for this morning. Trying to work and then come in and find this. Whew. You can see the water in the cracks. We had a couple different ones, but we had one major one that ended up being, it was the spigot for the reverse osmosis.
It turned out on the RO. I thought it was a plumbing issue, and I thought it was in the wall because we couldn't find water inside the cabinet on the below the bar. There was no water inside. We were like, well, where's this water coming from? There's only one other spot, and it would be in the wall, which is where it backs up to the bathroom. So it could be the sink or the toilet valve or the water that came underneath the bar. So I thought it was there. I called the plumber, gave him a heads up that something might be wrong, and we thought we'd keep looking into it before he got there. And then Cindy noticed water on top of the counter. On top of the counter, there was a puddle up there. And we were like, well, how did water get up here? Now, if you look at our bar, we really don't have a faucet. We're just using the RO water spigot. It's got that single valve that just does cold water because that's all we want for there at the bar. And that was what was leaking. And it was leaking whenever it does the back charge. It does a charging of the tank to refill itself up and that kind of thing. And if you look at those RO spigots, they have a hole on the side. Now, that is if it overflows in the inside, it'll overflow out that hole, and then it'll trickle down into the sink. And, well, we don't have... Ours is mounted on top of the counter, so it just leaked on top of the counter. And that's where it ended up being. Yeah, so Tony just had to change some of the underneath plumbing. I called the manufacturer and I was asking him, WTF, what is this? How's this going to work? Because, it ain't going to work for us if this is the way it is. And literally they had a fix, and they shipped me a repair kit that bypasses going the charge going up to that faucet to drain. And I'm like, why don't you change the design of your system to do this? It just seems pretty ignorant to me. But they just give me a bypass kit, plugged it in, boom, 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 and we ain't never seen the drop since. Right. It was great to get it fixed because literally you can't tell from the video, but this went on for days where we were finding puddles and puddles of water in the floor. It ruined the baseboard on one side. It did. We had to replace it. I had to take the baseboard out because it's MDF. It was bad. And it swole up. So yeah, and it got on our new cabinets underneath, and we had to take fans like 2 or 3 different days and dry those out because every morning we'd wake up, there'd be water everywhere. I had to take the toe kick off, and we put fans to blow underneath the cabinetry. So we were glad to get that fixed. Other than that, we were pretty much ready to move in except for the appliances. And I don't think we talked about those. So I do have some videos about us getting appliances. Tony was in touch with Home Depot several times because we couldn't get our final inspection done without a stovetop. So we knew this was going to be going on a while because our appliances kept getting pushed back. So they did give us a loaner, to make a long story short. So we used a loaner. Found one. Yeah, it took like a couple weeks actually before we could get it. Yeah. GE profile has a smaller hole, so we couldn't just stick a cheap, knockoff brand in there. It wouldn't fit. Yeah. So when we got our final appliances, and I'll show you the video, we were very ecstatic because that put the whole final end to our build. The final step was the appliances and getting the final occupancy inspection check mark. Hey guys, Cindy Lynn here, and I'm so excited. Our appliances are finally coming. We have been waiting since July, and it's December. What a good Christmas present. So as you can see right here, this is empty, no refrigerator, no dishwasher, and no oven.
We do have a mini fridge that we've had, so that's been helpful. And we do have a full-size fridge out in the garage that we've been bringing stuff back and forth to. But it's not like having your appliances in here. And Home Depot, thank goodness, did give us a loaner GE cooktop so that we could pass our final inspection. So we do have a cooktop that we have had loaned to us and we've been using, where we're finally getting our induction cooktop and our stove microwave, wall unit, our dishwasher, and our new GE refrigerator. So they should be here in about 10 minutes. So hopefully everything will be good to go. So just want to give you a quick update, and we're so excited to be getting our appliances. They notified us yesterday that they would be coming today, and you don't know how excited we were. So we didn't know if we would have them for Christmas, because every time we have a delivery date, this was number 4, they push it back 3 to 4 weeks. So finally, we're getting everything that we ordered and have been paying for. So thank you, Home Depot, and thank you. So anyway, stay tuned. So we'll get some video of them bringing in the appliances.
Hey guys, this is Tony. A little bit of an update. We, after about 5 months, we finally got our appliances. This has been a total nightmare. We ordered appliances way back in July, and so it's been it's been 5 months, and they've canceled our orders multiple times. COVID has, greatly reduced the production in the factories, so they were just behind. But we got everything. One of the issues that we had was when we tried to go through final inspection, we failed inspection. One of the line items was we didn't have a cooking surface. And originally I had asked him, and he said we didn't have to have appliances, but you have to have a cooking service. And it just so happens the one item that the appliance store could not get in the order was the cooktop surface. So that's what was holding us up. So we went around and around with them, and they really worked as hard as they could to do and help us. And as it turns out, they found a cook surface that was a lot lesser model, but that they could loan us. So it was a loaner unit. We brought it to the house, we installed it, we had inspection, and we were using that unit to cook with just a little bit. And so now we have all of our new stuff. So I've been busily working and getting everything ready for our new appliances. I'm ready for the wall oven. I can't lift it by myself because it weighs too much. So son-in-law is going to be coming over in a little bit to help me lift that up there so I can make the electrical connections. and get that installed. Really simple, just a few bolts and slide it in the hole and do the electrical. But so while I was waiting, I went ahead and installed the new cooktop surface. This is a GE profile. These run around, cost of just around $1,000, a little over $1,000 actually, depending on whether it's COVID or not. But we went on the higher edge. We got the induction kind. Now, if you don't know what an induction unit is, inductions work in that if you turn the burner on, if there's nothing sitting there, the burner will not come on. So you couldn't accidentally have something sitting here on a towel or something sitting on the cook surface and accidentally turn it on and it actually cook it. Unless it's metal. If it's carbon steel, magnetic, it would turn on. So what we end up finding out the hard way is that none of our pots and pans are magnetic. I got a magnet here. And I've gone through the entire drawer of every pot and pan and every fry pan and everything. None of ours are magnetic. So literally if I turn the unit on and put it on high, it'll begin to blink, which means nothing's on the burner. And if you put it on burner, guess what? It still says nothing's on the burner. I could probably stick this magnet on there, but I'm not going to do that. So we get new cookware. Which we had told ourselves when we get the new place, we were going to splurge a little bit and go buy some new cookware. A lot of our stuff is just hodgepodge, a little bit of this, a lot of Pampered Chef that we used to have. And as you notice, it just went off. If you heard that, that was because after so long, it times out. I really like this cook surface too, because you can actually lock it. Same thing, so in case, cats walk on it or whatever, it's got a timer built in. These two burners actually synchronize. You only have to control one. You hit the sync burner and then set the temperature and both of them. That way you can use a griddle. You can put the big griddle on there and it'll sync the temperatures. This one actually has a melting function, so it gets really, 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 really low temperature. And then of course here's the big dog right here, and this is a very speed boil, very hot unit. So yeah, there's an issue to watch out for. Watch what you asked for, because it may end up costing you. I think I could have swore I saw on the internet where there's something that you can put onto the bottom of your pots and pans. They're rings that are actually steel that makes it so that your existing systems will work. We're hoping so, because we have some specialty pots, very tall specialty pots, and we really don't want to have to replace them. And we got one that's like our go-to chili maker and everything. We really want it to work. So yeah, another bump in the road, but at least we have all of our cookware, our cooking appliances, and our dishwasher. The dishwasher's in, need one little hose for it. Refrigerator's in, running like a dream. We've gone through all the cycles on it and cleaned out all the water. We've ran multiple jugs of water through it. We ran ice through it, multiple things of ice through it, just to be sure it's clean. And sure enough, the water tastes a lot better now. Our water does come from the RO water system that's over underneath the bar. I tapped it in over there when I ran the water line, so that it's RO water, reverse osmosis water, and it goes through the filter of the refrigerator and come out here. Us moving this back really worked out. When we moved that wall back, you could go back and look at the videos on that. When we moved the wall back 8 inches, I mean, it still sticks out, but it is pushed back almost all the way too. So that really worked out, or that thing would have, well, we wouldn't have been able to buy such a big refrigerator. And this refrigerator is deep now. It's like, it is way back there. It is a heck of a reach. It's full arms deep. But and as you can tell, we're not used to having a lot of food because it's empty. But I like that light in the back also. The installer called it, he said it's like a concert because you got a whole back unit lights up, not just the bulb in the front. But yep, other than that, we're putting in appliances, so getting ready for the holidays. Really excited. Thanks for watching, guys.
So we moved in, and we were in for the holidays, which was very exciting. And we are now living in our Barndominium, which it's almost like a dream. So to me, I look now and I'm like, it's almost all the stuff we did. If I don't go back and look at videos, it literally is just like a dream. Like I'm in a dream state. So I'm like, living in the RV, and
I almost don't remember it.
It's weird.
I don't remember doing it.
It's very weird. It's like 1 minute you're doing that and just dying to get done, and the next minute you're living in it. Yeah, and it's just like a complete dream state that you're living in. But yeah, we're all moved in now, and we are living our Barndominium dream, and we hope that during our video process and stages of the Barndominium, we hope that we did inspire some people to go ahead and get out there and do what they love and get inspired. We are not done by all means. So we have several more projects that's coming up, and we still have the Beastie RV. So we'll be doing stuff with her. We have a lot of projects that we want to do around, the homestead, basically. We want to have a homestead where we have gardens and plan for chickens and things like that. And that's in the future. So we still have some stuff to do around here. Projects that aren't finished.
And changes to the inside. Now that you're done and you're in it, then you're going, hey, it'd be nice to have this, or it'd be nice to put a bench here, or it'd be, so yeah, it's been, that'll be ongoing for a while.
Yes, we've done a lot of little things, but we have some big things coming up. So make sure, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and like. And if you're new, we will have a lot of interesting projects coming up that you don't want to miss, because you might want to do some of these things to your place as well, or your future place. So leave us a comment if we haven't answered any questions you've had along this whole build that we've been doing, or any questions about anything. We'll try to answer them for you. Anything else you can think of, Tony, that you want to mention about our move-in, other than we're so excited that we just can't believe it? We're busting at the seams, guys. We really are.
It's good to be in, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's good to be in. So kind of feel that sense of relaxation a little bit. So, all right. Well, that's going to end our talk here about our move-in projects. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
See you later. Fire!